What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Ray here with Franchise Tag Fantasy Football Podcast. We are back again for another one. I believe we're on episode 25 now. I think that sounds right.
Sure, somewhere in there.
As always, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you know whenever we go live. Sorry, my microphone boom is not set up. But Ray, how are you doing?
Oh, great.
I don't know, so please tell me.
I'm going to tell you all about it. So, this weekend we almost got done with my bathroom. Almost done. My whole garage, you can't see it right now. Complete mess. This is where I record. If you guys didn't know, it's behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, it's a giant disaster in my house right now. But Aaron, I had a real quick question for you because we were talking about it earlier, and it's a pretty good one. What's your favorite soda?
I don't drink a lot of soda, but Dr. Pepper, specifically if I'm in the mood for it, the new Dr. Pepper with cream soda. Oh, girl.
You're sounding pretty basic right now. So I understand there's some people out there that, they're not privy to the Southern California treat that is Cactus Cooler, but it's my favorite. And soon it'll be your favorite too. It's the heat. It's the heat that beats the heat.
The heat, they say.
Aaron, what do you got from this weekend from any kind of preseason football?
First and foremost, everyone might notice that we have a new overlay.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty sweet. We kind of did a little rebrand. A good friend of mine, per se. Technically, it's my sister's uncle. It's a weird story. But anyways, his name's Robbie. He works at Vibe Creative Works. He did the overlay for us. He does a lot of graphic and designing stuff. So if anybody would like a Twitch overlay, a YouTube overlay, any form of t-shirt designs, basically anything that you need graphic and designing work done for, he can do it. So if you need his information, just hit me up via YouTube or call me, text me, Facebook, and I can get you his information to get you guys in touch. But anyways,
throw it in the comments. Let us know, and I'll make sure to get the information to you. Huge help.
It is a massive help. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest with you.
Pretty
I enjoy
BA.
it. Yeah, I enjoy it much better than the other one. But football-wise, let's see. Big Ben's arm looks to be strong, honestly. Najee looks to be very efficient with the few touches he got. I know you're looking at that like I'm crazy.
Juju was in the game a lot longer than I thought he should have been, too.
Same. Clyde Edwards-Helaire went down with an ankle sprain. They haven't really said what the grade type is or anything. If it's a 1 or 2.
I have a little bit more of an update on that, Aaron. From what I was hearing earlier from a couple different sources on Twitter and whatnot, is that it's a similar ankle sprain to what Michael Thomas had last season. So,
yeah, but it all depends on if it's a grade 1 or grade 2. Obviously, inside ankle is inside any leg is harder to heal per se. It takes longer. That's the word I'm looking for.
I think I'm off on Clyde Edwards-Helaire now.
At round 3 where he's going, I might be on still. It all kind of just depends. It sucks because it's preseason and they don't actually have to tell us the legitimate reason of what's wrong with the person. But yeah, well, it's gonna be one of those things where we're just going to kind of have to wait and see. I think you wanted to talk about Justin Fields.
I do. I don't know if we're there yet. Are we there?
We can be there.
We're here? Did the train come in?
The train has not came in yet. I want to talk, because I know it's going to take a little bit. I want to talk about Zack Wilson. Did he look good? Yes. Did he look good against a bad Packers second team who really has no depth outside of their starters? Yes. Is he going to look good against the first team defense? Doubtful. But Corey Davis might be someone you want to look for late in drafts just because he's apparently getting targeted 77% of the time of the routes that he runs. So,
look, I don't care who you are. If you're getting the volume, it can be crap volume. It can be great volume. Doesn't matter. Volume's volume, baby, and I want it. And I think you can get Corey Davis at the end of your drafts, really. We're going to find out right now. 16-man mock draft.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Team mock
but
draft.
anyways, yeah. So I do agree that peppered with targets, a lot of volume will be good. I think he takes over the Jamison Crowder role of last year, where he just gets the target volume to become something viable. Maybe not an every week play, but definitely a viable flex option. I'm just
depth play.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not as high. So we've talked about it before, but Zack Wilson in college didn't have the opponent pedigree as most people. But yeah. Anyways, we can start this choo-choo train for Justin Fields if you want to.
Well, let me tell you what. So, I know that I had mentioned last week that Justin Fields is NFL ready right now. He's game ready. I'm going to further compound that by saying that Justin Fields could potentially be a league winner at the very end of your drafts because no one's going to be drafting him because this perceived notion that Andy Dalton's going to start the whole season, he's not. He's not going to. It's not going to happen. Andy Dalton doesn't look as good or poised as Justin Fields. That's it. And I'm going to back up what I was saying by the fact that Justin Fields has a rushing floor similar to what Cam Newton had in his MVP season. Am I not right? With a similar body size, right?
Maybe.
But Justin Fields can throw the ball.
Can he though?
You couple all those things together, I don't know. You know?
He doesn't realize when his offensive line is gonna not block the outside man and look at his hot route. So, dude almost died, Ray.
But then got back up and looked great.
Tomato. You can't take too many of those shots. Ask Joe Burrow.
I understand that it was against, a bag of buns for opponents, but he looked good, really good. And with that kind of rushing floor, let me tell you, if you can get him, real late in drafts, that could be something to stash away for a rainy day.
He's more of a best ball stash to me, or dynasty.
I think he's a keeper stash for me. He's at that level.
Maybe. Well, it's gonna be the Lamar thing again, though. Everyone's good their first year, and then defenses get a full season of tape on you, and then that's when the true best of the best come out.
I'm just letting you guys know, keep your guys' eyeballs glued. Make sure that you're paying attention to the news coming out of Chicago, because if Matt Nagy pulls his head out of his ass and starts the superior quarterback, I think that you have extreme value in Justin Fields.
I want to bring this up. The number 1 overall draft pick was Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard near as much about Trevor Lawrence as I have about Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Zack Wilson.
I've heard a lot more about Trevor Lawrence than I have about Zack Wilson, but
I haven't.
I've watched both games, and does he look good? Has he had flashes where you're like, oh wait, that's a nice ball, that's a nice read, that's a nice decision? Yeah. Has he also had plays where you're like, why did you hold on to the ball that long? Why didn't you take off when you had the chance? Why did you allow pressure to dictate where you were going to throw the ball? It's those kinds of things that you're not seeing, and this is why I was kind of pointing this out. You're not seeing that from Justin Fields. He's not being dictated by that awful offensive line play, and he's playing with backups. Now, did he get smacked in the face because of it? Yup. But Justin Fields is a big boy. I'm all about it.
Yeah. Tomato. And talking about Corey Davis earlier, that leads me into Marvin Jones. If you're high on Trevor Lawrence, you think Trevor Lawrence is going to be good, look at Marvin Jones late in your drafts too.
Also, Laviska Shenault is going, again, to be involved.
That's fair. I think he's going in the back of the 8th. Maybe it's the back of the 10th. I can't remember. Sorry, too many mock drafts, too much stuff going on in real life right now.
I would say if he's in the 9th, that's nice. The 9th is nice.
Yeah. Yep. Other football things. Chase Daniel. I don't know how he's still on the NFL roster. I watched the Chargers game last night. The Chargers-Niners game last night. It's more fresh in my mind. They're Easton Sick or whatever his name is. The Chargers going to be number 2 Chargers quarterback. He looked actually pretty good.
Yeah, he's going to be the number 2.
I know we don't really talk that much about it's not fantasy relevant, but he did look pretty good for a backup quarterback. Definitely had confidence in his arm. The play that sticks out to me is where he pumped 3 times running towards the sideline and just threw a little dart in there for a touchdown.
Still looking down the field.
Yeah, just had good field awareness to know that he was close to the sideline. He pulled his foot up and threw basically 1 foot with 1 foot hovering over to throw a tutter. you can't really beat that.
Nope.
But yeah, you can definitely tell that Herbert is solidified as a starter, and Austin Eckler is solidified as that starter as well.
I don't know who the backup is going to be out there, though. I really don't.
Between Kelly and Jackson,
I have no idea.
I think that
No
they go
clue.
into a split timeshare between the two of them.
I want to say, just to make sure that people are understanding, I was watching some of the Bronco game as well, and Javonte Williams was not being utilized in the red zone, I think, as much as I thought he would be in the first quarter. And they had opportunities to give him the ball, and he was pulled off the field for Royce Freeman. And I'm like, I wonder why that is. Is that an indication that Melvin Gordon is going to get that goal line work? I hope not. Does that mean that?
It could also just be an indication of it's still the preseason and they don't want to give away all of their secrets.
Just something to monitor, for sure. Monitor that, because I think Javonte Williams is going to continue to skyrocket on draft boards. He's probably going to end up going in the 5th, maybe the 4th. That's probably too high.
It's also one of those things too, like we're talking about, where these teams are starting to do all of their inter-team practices and stuff. They're not throwing their whole playbook out there. They have like 20, 25 plays tops that they run.
They also probably have 20 players sitting in each game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you're not getting the whole entire playbook. You're not getting the whole entire scoop.
I just thought it was interesting. I noticed that. It stood out to me.
Yeah,
Teddy Bridgewater is probably the better quarterback out of the two.
Probably, but to be fair, he also played behind the better offensive line during that game. Because 2 for 2, 2 dropbacks, 2 sacks for Drew Lock behind the worst of the offensive lines.
Yeah,
I think that's honestly the like most real true quarterback battle we have in the NFL right now. And that could honestly go either way. But
I think it should be Teddy Bridgewater. He's proven he can win games. I would go with Teddy Bridgewater.
That's fair. But anyways, in any other things to talk about? I mean, the Packers, AJ Dillon looked decent.
Yeah, AJ Dillon looked pretty good. He's carrying the whole team on his back a couple times.
Kirk Benkert looked good.
Yeah,
for a practice squad guy.
They're talking about, trade offers for him too, and I'm like, I wonder if that's even going to happen.
I don't know. I mean, if he doesn't make the roster and the Packers don't want to go into this is fandom coming out. The Packers don't want to go in with 3 quarterbacks this season. He'd be a good practice squad guy. Run your scout team.
Yeah, I would agree. We're going to get another look at Jordan Love though here. This next week.
Pretty excited about that.
So
pretty excited about that. I'm trying to rack my brain. There were so many games this week. I don't know. If nothing really stands out, then it's not really that important, right?
No, that was all I had. That was all I had from preseason. The things that I would have noticed, things to glean from, like you said, a very vanilla playbook that you're going to see from each team, a very limited roster that anybody's putting out there. I'm still surprised that Patrick Mahomes is playing as much as he is in the preseason. That's wild. Right. That's something shocking to me.
I do want to point out that I did notice, going back to the Niners game, the 1.5 series that Jimmy G was in, I forgot just how inaccurate he actually was.
Yeah, Trey Lance is going to start that job pretty soon.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
The offense looked completely different with Trey Lance in.
Yeah. But I know we forgot to say this at the top of the show. The build-up has been killing you guys for the last 14 minutes. We're doing a mock draft today. We're getting into that time of the year. We're probably going to finish out a couple mock drafts a week and finish out strong into your guys' fantasy drafts. Everyone loves to watch mock drafts anyways. I don't know why, but normally it's most people's favorite thing to watch is the mock draft episodes. I guess because it gives you guys a good idea. But today, per specific request, this is nasty. This is ugly. This is probably not going to be fun, but we're doing a 16-man mock draft.
We're here for the fans, guys.
We're here for the fans. We're doing a 16-team mock draft. We are going to do a super flex mock draft before the season actually starts too, for all of you people who are playing in 2 quarterback leagues. I would like to try to get in a couple more. I'm busy, as you can tell. I have stuff behind me. I'm busy trying to move. I'm going to be moving to a new house location. And Ray, as you mentioned, are trying to get your bathroom and stuff situated. So we're both a little cramped for time, but we're trying to squeeze stuff in there. But you got anything else to add to that one, buddy?
No, sir. Let's start this.
Word. We're going in the
Wonderful mock
16-man mock draft. It's going to be, like I said, nasty. As you can see, look at this.
Thanks,
I
Grog.
literally
Appreciate you.
have to scroll over. Grog, you did this to us.
You're the man.
Because you requested that. Oh, I hit a button over here. Sorry. It's super gross. But with that being said, hold on.
We're gonna have the best damn team in a 16-man league. I tell you what.
Up the screen. But
Well,
anyways,
yeah, does things behind the scenes.
Yeah. All right. There we go. We're good. I got it back in there.
Riveting.
Maybe. Not really that riveting.
Riveting.
So. Oh, I messed up again. Dang. There.
Just.
All right, sorry, I gotta lock this in place because I can't touch it again or else it's gonna mess up. So we're drafted from the 10 hole. This is, I believe, I set half point PPR. Normally, same thing as last time: 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 1 defense, and 6 bench spots. We're gonna be drafting together. We're gonna talk through our picks. It's gonna give us a little bit more time to actually talk about our picks. This might take a little bit considering it is 16 teams. But Ray, are you ready to go?
Sure am. Let's do it.
Do you have your rankings pulled up? Because I do not.
I have an idea in my head.
Same. So let's.
The rankings go out the window at 16 man.
You're not wrong.
What am I gonna put? Like the 116? No.
It's technically the 204.
All right. So this is a full point PPR because if you're in a 16-man league and you're not full point PPR, you're evil.
Did I set it to full point?
It better be.
I don't think I did, brother.
Oh my god!
It's half point.
Change. You don't have to change it to a full point if you don't want to, but
no,
at
it's
home,
half point. If you're gonna do a 16-man and you do anything other than full point, you're gross.
You're evil.
Gross.
Anyway, so Christian McCaffrey went Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott, Tyreek Hill, Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams. I got to breathe twice to get through that many people. And now
you're only at 10. You're only at 10, bro. This is normal. Everyone gets to draft here.
I got the asbestos. I'm definitely looking at Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, or Stephon Diggs, but probably Aaron Jones is probably where I'm going to be leaning.
I'm with you on that. I know Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson are both back at practice now for the Colts. Sure. But in a half point or full point, you want someone like Aaron Jones or Austin Eckler who are going to catch the ball out of the backfield as well. So I would agree with you and take Aaron Jones.
Now we might get lucky. No, we don't.
No, you don't get lucky there. Najee goes, DK goes, Mixon goes. This is so big. Gibson goes, who I would throw up another one. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like Ray said, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is here, but in a big team league like this, not a bad shout, but with that ankle injury, I'm not entirely sure.
We're not getting a pick for a very long time.
It's a very long time. Very, very long. So do you want to go ahead and shore up that position with Darren Waller and take the premium tight end like we've been preaching? Or do you want to look at taking your number 1 overall receiver and my, I think, 5th or 6th? I'd have to pull up.
It's hard to tell you not to take AJ Brown in the situation, but go ahead and hover over the running backs real fast. Okay, so I mean, J.K. Dobbins is still there. David Montgomery might fall back to us, maybe, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. And then after that, who do you really want to, hang your hat on? Probably nobody. So I'm willing to take J.K. Dobbins in this situation.
I have A.J. Brown and Justin Jefferson as higher tier wide receivers, but you can get better wide receivers and running backs later in the draft. I honestly, at this point in time, Darren Waller or J.K. Dobbins. I would take CH too, but I would probably say J.K. Dobbins.
I can see where you're coming at with Darren Waller, but the only thing I'm saying is that if we miss on a running back right now, if we don't get one
That's
now,
fair.
we're not getting another.
You good with J.K.?
Yeah.
I'm good with J.K. Just because I would have taken CEH, but the injury with CEH puts J.K. Dobbins above.
The injury scares me off.
Yep.
All right, so after we take J.K. Dobbins, Clyde Edwards-Helaire goes, then A.J. Brown, Darren Waller, Terry McLaurin, Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen. Is that Chris Carson? Yeah, Chris Carson. David Montgomery. Of course he doesn't fall back to us. Who is that receiver that went after him? I can't see.
Allen Robinson, sorry. Josh Jacobs,
Josh Allen, Miles Sanders, Mike Evans, Kyler Murray, CeeDee Lamb, Darrell Henderson, Julio Jones, and we are back on the clock. My God.
Yeah, sorry guys. Ray, I'm sharing my screen with Ray, so sometimes it gets hard for him to read as well. Using up a lot of bandwidth of the internet here, so
all of the bandwidth.
So running backs, Ray, I think we're going to be pretty much out for a while. There's a lot better value at wide receiver. Would you agree or disagree?
I would agree. Now,
all
check.
Right.
I want to just point out that Kyle Pitts is available.
Nope.
He's there. No, you're out on that.
In a 16-team league this early, I'm out on it, and I'm gonna go for like a Tyler Higbee, a Jared Cook, someone a little later down the line, just strictly because it is super important to get good running backs and good wide receivers. You don't really want the onesie twosie positions that you'll be able to stream. Does that make sense?
And I just wanted to make sure that question gets asked because I know that that's something somebody's going to be thinking, down the road. I'd also like to point out that now would be a really good time to take a look at, like, say, an Amari Cooper, a Robert Woods, a surefire bet with Robert Woods, I think. And DJ Moore is still on the board as well.
I would take Amari over
Robert
everyone
Woods.
You just said, yeah.
I also would as well. Also, Travis Etienne is still there too, and I think he'll be heavily involved.
Yeah, but I think we might have a chance to get him on the way back.
Maybe.
But do you want to take? Go ahead.
Amari.
You are?
Amari.
Okay. I am too.
And Travis Etienne is not coming back to us.
He's definitely not coming back to us.
So, Amari Cooper went to us, then Travis Etienne, Robert Woods, which is also not coming back to us, Chris Godwin, DJ Moore, Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Myles Gaskin, Tyler Lockett, Kareem Hunt, Cooper Kupp, Kyle Pitts. That's crazy that he went that high, too. It's funny. Russell Wilson, and then we're back on the clock. And I think, and I'm just going to throw this out to you, Aaron, I would like to take a look at a quarterback now.
Right now?
Yes.
Four or five are off the board.
I understand that. But if there is a quarterback run that goes after us, remember there's 16 teams.
I know.
We might not get a chance to get that option again. We'd be streaming all season. And with 16 teams and a couple teams keeping two, our streaming options aren't very good. They're going to be real bad. Just something to consider. Justin Herbert is not going to make it back to us. I doubt that all the way down to probably Aaron Rodgers does not make it back to us.
That's only 3 picks or 3 quarterbacks. This is my thing, right? So do you want to lock in a solid number 2 wide receiver right now, or do you want to just go ahead and take a quarterback?
Who are you looking at receiver?
Right here, I'm probably looking Deontay Johnson.
Not Adam Thielen?
No, not really. I think he'll be okay, but I don't think that he hits those. The targets they have up right there would be just his absolute ceiling for me.
Okay. I'd also like to point out Brandon Ayuk is still on the board as well.
That's my next thing that I was looking at. He might make it back to us. So we can gamble here, and I'll let you pick a quarterback. Take a pick.
It's going to be Justin Sherbet.
You don't want Dak Prescott?
Nope, Justin Sherbet, please. Please and thank you.
Brandon Ayuk went the next pick.
God damn it.
So we took Herbert, then Brandon Ayuk, TJ Hawkinson, Dak Prescott, Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson, Michael Thomas, Kenny Galladay, Jamar Chase, Chase Edmonds, Aaron Rodgers, Mike Davis, Odell Beckham, T. Higgins, Chase Claypool, James Robinson, Melvin Gordon, Jamal Williams, back-to-back, who I was really hoping would make it back to us right here, Ronald Jones, and then we are back on the clock. Looking back at it now, I do not like that pick as much, Ray, because Tom Brady, Matt Stafford, Ryan Tannehill, they're all still sitting right there.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
But that's why we mock draft, right? Legitimately, to kind of see what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I do like the fact that Jerry Jeudy is still there. He has looked great in the preseason so far.
Yeah. Judy's there. Robbie Anderson's there, who I think he's dropping in a lot of even 10 and 12 man leagues, way down there. And I think he's going to be very viable as well.
I think that it's because of the news of Terrace Marshall. I think that's really why.
Looking at tight ends, we have a couple left that we could probably sneak around about round 7 and pick up.
Mm-hmm.
So wide receiver or running back, Raheem Mostert, Damian Harris, Michael Carter's here. And then after that, we're kind of gambling.
I don't like drafting Raheem Mostert, and I feel like I get burned by it all the time. But I just don't like doing it because I feel like the year that I'm going to pick him up is the year he's going to be out for the rest of the season.
You legit have maybe 1 year left of Raheem Mostert. If you're in dynasties, you should probably trade while you still have the chance. Trade away. Don't trade.
I think Damian Harris has an opportunity. I think he does. Outside of that, whoever's left, I'm not really liking anything that I'm seeing. So not in this round, not this early, because we still have a ton of picks left.
So Jerry Jeudy's in contention for you?
I think it's Jerry Jeudy is the correct pick. I think it is. Because what did we lose by losing Brandon Ayuk? Because I think that was going to be the pick, correct? Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
We gained a Justin Sherbet, but we lost to Brandon Ayuk. But we could come back up with Jerry Jeudy. You know what I mean?
I took Jeudy. And at this point in time, we're already in the call your shots. Robbie Anderson did make it back, which I'm upset about. He was who I was leaning between. So we took Jeudy, then Mostert, then Deebo Samuel, then DJ Shark, Noah Fant, Cortland Sutton, Robbie Anderson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Devontae Johnson, Tom Brady, Michael Carter, Trey Sermon, back-to-back rookies. I was hoping one of them would make it back for our third running back. Brandon Cooks just went. Now we're looking at, where are you trying to go, Ray? You trying to go, we're 2-2 with the quarterback. You looking tight end yet or no? I still think we got one more round before we really need to
probably one more, but I do. Damian Harris made it back to us.
Do you want to go Damian Harris?
I mean, if you look at the running backs that are left on the board, do you want Damian Harris or do you want AJ Dillon?
I don't know, man.
Do you want Damian Harris or do you want James Conner?
AJ Dillon in a deep league like this is a good insurance policy for us and Aaron Jones. We can't play both of them, but if one goes down in a 16-team league, it's a good insurance policy. So at this point in time, I would probably say let's go Damian Harris just to see what. But I hate New England and the fact that they're back.
So do I. But out of what's left on the board, I don't know if we're going to get better value by waiting, and I don't think that it's going to be there. Because Michael Carter and Trey Sermon went, I don't know if we're going to be able to get viable pieces if we wait.
So you want to go ahead and grab the week 1 starter and Damian Harris?
Sure, because Damian Harris is the starter.
Yep.
Whereas everybody else in that list is probably questionable to be a starter or a handcuff.
Agreed. It's just rough, and big drafts like this with all of these teams, like it's real rough for running back. Yeah,
well, right after we took Damian Harris, we had Jalen Hurts go, Tyler Boyd, Duke Johnson, which is way too high for any. I'm not taking Duke Johnson.
That's anywhere. David Johnson.
I'm sorry, David Johnson. I apologize. I was thinking Duke Johnson because that's his role now. Logan Thomas, Matt Stafford, Leonard Fournette, Dallas Goedert, which I think I was hoping was going to fall to us. Jarvis Landry, Robert Tonyan, again, somebody I was hoping would fall to us. Curtis Samuel, Jalen Waddle, Zach Moss, Will Fuller, Ryan Tannehill, Antonio Brown, Laviska Shenault, which did not make it all the way back. Joe Burrow, AJ Dillon, and now we're back on the clock. And it sucks that we had a lot of players that we could have really benefited from having go right before we came up.
I kind of honestly wish at this point in time I would have done it back-to-back running backs. If AJ Dillon would have made it one more spot, I would have taken him as our 4th running back.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I was hoping that. I had a lot of hopes that were dashed.
So right here, as we've been talking about, we can take Mike Williams, pair him up, or we can go ahead and get our tight end. Because I'm looking at Tyler Higbee at this point in time. He's really one of the last tight ends that I'm really okay with spending a little bit of capital on. But what do you think about that?
I like that pick.
Do you like Tyler Higbee pick?
Yeah, I like that pick because
All right.
we're going to need to get there's, again, not going to be any viable streaming tight ends.
There will not be. Walk the people through these next few picks right here, Ray.
All right, so Tyler Higbee went, then Mike Williams, James Conner, Trevor Lawrence, Robert Gronkowski, which I still think is way too high for Gronk because I don't think he's going to really have a big role. Michael Pittman, Baker Mayfield, which could be value this late in this kind of draft. If you have Baker Mayfield floating around, what is this, round 7, 8, could be good value. Kenyon Drake, Devin Singletary, David Mooney, Mike Gesicki, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Tony Pollard, and we're back on the clock now. And I just want to point out to the viewership here, Corey Davis is still on the board, and I think that's
That's what I was thinking too. Because the Darnell Mooney pick right there at the A3 in this deep of a round was a pretty good pick. But Corey Davis,
I said his name incorrectly.
Oh, you're good. Corey Davis, you good with that?
It's either between Corey Davis or Henry Ruggs. That's the decision for me.
I'm good with Corey Davis.
Okay, let's do Corey Davis. All right, so right after we took Corey Davis, Marvin Jones went, then Irv Smith Jr., Gus Edwards, which is a good value for where he went. Jamal Williams went, Naeem Hines, Phillip Lindsay, another guy to keep an eyeball on. Michael Gallup, the Bucks defense, Mecole Hardman, the Patriots defense, Henry Ruggs, the Steelers defense, the football team's defense, the Ravens defense, the Rams defense.
Oh, defenses are going soon.
Yeah, I know, right? The Niners defense, the Bills defense, and we're back on the clock.
Your boy Elijah Moore is here. Sorry, I'm trying to go through this. Your boy Elijah Moore is here. Take a backup quarterback if you wanted and take your shot on Justin Fields.
I think it's still too soon to do all that, but it might not be too soon to be honest.
Running backs are done.
Oh, yeah. They're very far past done. If maybe I didn't see Chuba Hubbard come off the board, he might be somebody they'll pick up.
Breaking news, Darrell Henderson hurt his thumb, didn't return to practice. Don't know how bad it is.
Well, sorry, John, if you're listening, that sucks.
So, yeah. But outside of that, man, outside of Chuba Hubbard, now you're looking at your legit handcuff backup territory. We could take Russell Gage right here, in all honesty. That's a good shout.
Let's do Russell Gage, and if Chuba Hubbard falls back around to us, we'll take that gamble as well.
All right, so then we took Russell Gage, T.Y. Hilton went, Elijah Moore went, Matt Ryan, Trey Lance, Hunter Henry, Alexander Madison, Justin Fields, didn't get him, sorry, Ray, Latavius Murray, Nelson Aguilar, Cole Beasley, Adam Troutman, the Browns D, and then Ray wanted to go ahead and just shore up long shot running back.
I think he's the best out of what's available.
You would take him over Tevin Coleman?
Yes.
Over Marlon Mack?
Yes.
Over... I'm out of options here, bro.
Yes, the answer is yes.
I'm out of options here, bro. All right. Fine. This is ugly. This team is
I know.
ugly.
I don't particularly... I think the top half of our team's pretty good, but after that...
I don't like the Justin Herbert pick.
I think you will at the end of the season.
I don't think so. Anyways, Chuba Hubbard, then Jonnu Smith went, J.D. McKissick, Deshaun Watson, Evan Ingram, Rashad Bateman, Austin Hooper, Kirk Cousins. Is it Rondale Moore?
Sure.
I can tell you who it is. Who is it? Show player card.
No, it's Rondale.
Yeah, Rondale Moore. I knew I wasn't crazy.
Close enough.
Kenneth Gainwell, Jared Cook.
Kenneth Gainwell's hurt too, by the way.
Traquan Smith, Jalen Rager, Tua Tagovailoa, Terrence Marshall Jr., Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Denver Broncos. AJ Green finally went. Ray knows all about AJ Green. Randall Cobb went one pick before us, who might be a sneaky play, and we're on the clock now.
I'm not interested in drafting Cobby anywhere. I'm just not interested.
I'm not interested in what's left of this draft itself.
No.
I mean, granted, there's only 3 rounds left after this pick. So do you want to go ahead and take? Do you want to go ahead and take a defense, or do you want to?
Thank you, Jesus. Sure, let's take a defense.
No, let's legit talk about it. Because really, all I'm seeing is like Paris Campbell, Jameson Crowder, Sterling Shepard. MVS is still on the board. MVS, Lamar, or Alan Lazard, Lamar. Amari Rogers is still on the board for you. He could wait another round too, though, honestly. There's really no other running back. Running back's done. We agree? You're not getting any other value at running back there, right?
I would. Who is the backup running back for the Chiefs right now? What is his name? This is riveting, by the way. Riveting viewership.
Darrell Williams.
There it is. Is he gone?
Nope, he's still there.
But I think he got hurt too. Something to maybe keep an eyeball on with the news about Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming out. If you're in a super deep league and you might want to take a shot on, any Chiefs running back that isn't named Clyde Edwards-Helaire, because if it is serious, which they don't have to tell us, but if it is, and you get the starting running back for the Chiefs, well, good on you.
All right, I'm calling the shot here. We're taking a defense. It's going to be like the last viable defense. I'm taking the Colts.
That's the defense I would take.
Okay. Then Tevin Coleman, Xavier Jones, Rashad Penny, Christian Kirk, the Chiefs, the Dolphins, Marquez Callaway, Ramondre Stevenson, Jacoby Myers, Paris Campbell. Is it Devontae Booker? I think that's right. Ryan Fitzpatrick, we're back on the clock. You want a receiver here? Do you want to take your boy, Amari Rogers?
No, because scroll back up a little more. So Gabriel Davis is there. Sterling Shepard's there. Sammy Watkins is there, but I refuse. I absolutely refuse to put the Lizard King back on my roster again.
John Brown's there, and so is MVS.
So is Tyrone Williams, and he will be the one in Detroit if you really wanted to take a shot.
He hasn't played a full season of football in like 2 years.
He will be the one, though. I don't think it's going to be Brashad Perriman.
But we could also take a deep shot on quarterback here, too.
If you didn't notice, there isn't a whole lot left, and if I had to pick anything left right there, I'm probably taking Ben Roethlisberger, but I don't want to. Maybe Derek Carr, but
he might be around next round, but it's all up to you. What do you want? I'll let you take this pick.
I don't want this pick. Can I sell it back?
No, you can't sell it back. I took the defense.
Can I trade?
You cannot trade. You have to take this pick.
Where is my gun?
Stop it. You have to take this pick, bro.
All right, so I think let's go get Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Maybe he pans out.
Done.
I doubt it.
That's
Gerald
not the
Everett
correct Williams, by the way.
It's not?
Yeah. No, that's Damien. Not
Oh,
Darryl.
I definitely don't want
the
Bears backup running back.
Anyways, Gerald Everett, Damian Williams, Zach Ertz, Brian Edwards, Tariq Cohen, Giovanni Bernard, Gabriel Davis, Marlon Mack, Jamison Crowder, then Zach Wilson, Cole Kmet, James White, Sterling Shepard, Blake Jarwin, Daniel Jones, Emmanuel Sanders, Derek Carr, Sammy Watkins. In a team like this, I do want to take a second backup quarterback. This would be one of the only times that I would take a backup quarterback. And your choices are Carson Wentz and Big Ben.
I think I'm taking Ben Roethlisberger.
I do too. Then there goes.
Think about taking Mac Jones.
Nope. Then there goes Darrell Williams, Carson Wentz, the Vikings, the Saints, Boston Scott, John Brown, Malcolm Brown, Tim Tebow, who got cut. I don't know why he got drafted. Jerick McKinnon, Tyrell Williams, the Bears, Pat Freiermuth, I believe is who this is.
Sure.
Yep. God, man, my brain hurts. Pat Freiermuth. Running back wise, I'm not really looking at taking anybody else. Basically, everybody who's going to be anybody is pretty much taken outside of maybe Joshua Kelly, but that's going to take a lot for him to get back on the field.
I mean, Wayne Gallman is still there too. Might be something to think about.
I would rather spend fab on the waiver wire for that.
Okay.
Kadarius Toney's here. Amari Rogers and Jefferson. I'm just looking. Sorry. There's, like I said, Hunter Renfrow might be a sneaky play.
Yeah, I'm just not really interested in anything that's still there. Let me tell you.
I'm not either. So we're calling our shots anyways. And guess what? After week 1, we're going to know if Amari Rogers is anything or not.
Boy, we have a bunch of Packers on our team.
Man, it's just kind of the way it worked. I mean, we got to think after week 1, if MVS doesn't do anything or Amari Rogers doesn't do anything, you cut one of the two of them. Anyways, this was nasty. This was ugly.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you.
Our team goes Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Amari Cooper, Justin Herbert, Jerry Jeudy, Damian Harris, Tyler Higbee, Corey Davis, Russell Gage, Chuba Hubbard, the Colts D, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Ben Roethlisberger, and Amari Rogers. Talk us through some of that, Ray.
Well, like I had said, I think the top part of our team is pretty solid. Aaron Jones is going to be not the bell cow for that team, but he is the PPR machine in that offense. And with Aaron Rodgers coming back for the last dance, you could say, that's a good pick. J.K. Dobbins is going to get the work. He might be the second running back in that team, but he's still better than any other running back we could have got after that point, I think. Maybe Chris Carson, but do you really want to trust that? No. Amari Cooper is the number one option in that offense in Dallas. I don't care what anybody says. He is. Justin Sherbet is the real deal, and he's going to carry us to a ship right there. I understand your hate towards that pick. I get it, but see who all went after the fact. Take them all away. We're going to be reliant on Matt Stafford to be our quarterback, but we're going to have Brandon Ayuk instead of that situation. That was our decision between
or
the two.
Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen.
Would you have rather had
even Mike Davis at running back would have been a little bit better, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
The difference between where Mike Davis is going to finish at running back, probably 24, towards Justin Sherbet at maybe quarterback 3, 4.
Maybe, but I guarantee I'll make you a bet right now that at least 34 quarterbacks have a quarterback 1 week.
Well, I mean, that's not a good bet. But what you could bet me on is if Justin Herbert is going to have a top 5 season.
That's my problem is I don't care because you drafted him as a 6th quarterback we drafted him as the 6th quarterback off the board right there. Correct. If he finishes 5, you're really not getting any value of return.
But what you are getting,
don't care.
What you are getting is the difference is between Jerry Jeudy, because he was the pick that we would have got, let's say Matt Stafford, and whoever else went before him. Do you think that Jerry Jeudy has a chance to be a receiver 1?
No.
Do you think he has a chance to be a high-end receiver 2?
No.
I think his ceiling is probably mid receiver 2.
His ceiling is capped by his quarterback play, which will put him at low end 2, if at all.
If it's Teddy Bridgewater, then he can have at least 1,000-yard season because we saw it with,
and it also capped DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson at 22 and 24 respectively in finishes.
True, but is Jerry Jeudy better than DJ Moore?
Maybe not.
See how this gets all stuck in the weeds?
Probably pretty even.
I think that this move was even.
Oh, whatever. And agree to disagree. Please, someone tell us in the comments if you agree with me or if you agree with Ray. I would like to know your thoughts. I just feel there's more quarterbacks down the line that got drafted a little later that still have a chance to make our team competitive. But yeah. Anyways, this is our team. This is how it shook out. This 16-man draft is ugly. I will never do this again. If anyone ever wants me to
one more time.
If anyone ever wants me to play in a 16-man league, the answer is no. So please don't even ask. But as always, we'll just come back to this screen because that is over. That one is over. We are back on camera finally. Ray, they see us all. But yeah, that was nasty. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. But anyways, you got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, guys, we are getting close to the season. Things are ramping up, so please be sure to share us with all your friends, family, fantasy league mates, whoever you think would enjoy the show. Like I said, we're a little busy with life, but we're trying to get more episodes out right now. next up we'll talk about, and we'll let you guys know when we release it what the next up's going to be. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so you know every time that one of our videos post. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later.